Well, politics is all about power play, and right now we are witnessing a tussle in the heart of world's oldest democracy. US President Donald Trump is backing his most ambitious policy. What's standing in his way are not only political opponents but also a friend turned foe. Elon Musk has now thrown his weight to rally support to block the bill. The big beautiful bill, the sweeping piece of legislation of 940 pages, echoes Trump's era priorities from border security to tax reforms. With the voting underway in US Senate for the third consecutive day, the bill is stirring both excitement and outrage in Washington. The bill will slash welfare programs for the poor while adding an eye-watering $3 trillion to the national debt. Democrats united against the legislation have offered scores of amendments to alter it. But many Republicans have shown discomfort to this. GOP leaders have a narrow margin and cannot afford to lose more than 3 Republican senators. 2 senators, Thom Tillis of North Carolina and Rand Paul of Kentucky, have already indicated that they oppose it. An end to the vote drama has been predicted to come well into Tuesday night.
Republicans need to stay tough and unified during the home stretch, and we are counting on them to get the job done.
Even if the bill squeaks through the Senate, it still needs a vote in the House of Representatives, where Democrats are again uniformly opposed and several rebels in the slim Republican majority threaten to oppose. But Trump wants to have the package on his desk by the time Independence Day festivities begin on Friday. Trump's insistence on the bill has put the more vulnerable Republicans in a difficult position. Polls show that the bill is among the most unpopular ever, considered across multiple demographics and income groups as well. Democrats expect to use the public anger, especially over the health care cuts in 2026 midterm elections when they hope to retake the House. The bill has also reignited the spat between Trump and his former advisor turned critic, Musk. The world's richest person, Musk, who already had an acrimonious public falling out with the US president this month over the bill, has repeatedly slammed its cost. He has renewed his calls for the formation of a new political party as voting got underway on Monday. Trump, in turn, has hit back at Musk. He has warned that without subsidies from the American government, the Tesla CEO will probably have to head back to South Africa. He has suggested that DOGE, of the Department of Government Efficiency, once led by Musk, should investigate the extent of subsidies flowing to Musk's companies. This, in turn, has led to Tesla shares sinking more than 6%. And the face-off does not seem to be ending anytime soon.
Not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have maybe gasoline, maybe electric, maybe a hybrid. Maybe someday a hydrogen. If you have a hydrogen car, it has one problem, it blows up, you know?
It remains unclear how much sway Musk has over Congress or what effect his opinions might have on the bill's passage. But Republicans have expressed concern that his on-again, off-again spat with Trump could hurt their chances to protect their majority in the 2026 midterm congressional elections. And for more on this, we were earlier joined by Christopher Hale, who's a political analyst. He has worked for Presidents Obama and Biden in the White House and also on the campaign trail. Listening to what he had to say on this.
But now we have, right now in the United States, this big, beautiful bill that's called by the president going through Congress, and Elon Musk is hammering it again and again and again. President Trump wants to primary a congressman from Kentucky, Thomas Massey, who is against the bill. And Elon Musk said, you know what, I'm going to back Thomas Massey. And you know what's interesting about President Trump is he on paper is the first billionaire to ever be president of the United States. Very rarely is he outflanked by money, but Elon Musk has upwards of 100 times more money than President Trump does. So I think that this is a serious issue for the president going forward.
And for the latest on the big, beautiful bill, our correspondent Susan Tehrani is now joining us live from New York. Hi, Susan. As of now, where does the bill stand right now amid the vote Rama and many amendments actually making their way onto the bill? Give us a lowdown of what comes next.
Yeah, so it appears that the Republicans are now saying just a few minutes ago that they indeed have the votes. Now, they may need a tiebreaker vote, 50-50 with J.D. Vance. We saw him go into the Capitol building early this morning, right after sunrise. But one holdout was Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, and it appears that she's on board right now. We'll give you the latest as soon as we get it on how she became on board and what amendments were made. But nonetheless, Senate says they have a go-ahead and they have the votes and they're likely to vote very soon. However, as you mentioned, this bill, because it made amendments, goes back to the House, and the Freedom Caucus are concerned. First of all, they're concerned that there was an amendment made to this bill that illegal aliens stay on government health care funding. And second of all, they're concerned about the deficit. Now, experts say that deficit is going to even get worse and worse for taxpayers if this bill isn't passed, because the Trump-era tax cuts are expected to expire in 2026, and about 60 to 68% of Americans across the board will see their tax increases. So that may be an incentive for the House to pass it as well and get it to President Trump's desk by this self-imposed deadline of July 4th. But we're watching very closely.
Right, Susan, we'll of course be tracking this very closely with you, but thanks for joining us here on Race to Power.